I signed up for Latin because of an asshat named April. I should have picked French, like my sister, but April and I had just sung Breaking Free from High School Musical at our class talent show. A few weeks later, she jumped off the monkey bars, looked me dead in the eyes, and said, "I think I hate you." Latin was fun for the first few years. Magister Anderson dyed her hair electric orange and had a pet sugar glider. Magister Lewis rode his motorcycle to school and offered rides to the smart kids, which, in retrospect, was probably illegal. Then there was Magister Hall. My pediatrician did say I was a nervous child. Clowns, large fountains, Judgment Day. Magister Hall fit snugly into my phobias. He had a crisp, bald head and a torso built like an oil drum. I don't remember him blinking. He'd silently weave between our desks, waiting for the right moment to cry out one of our Latin names. He usually picked on Utilus. Magister Hall loved the minutiae of Latin grammar. Datives, ablatives, imperatives, the past, present, the future. By some stroke of God, he hardly called on me because I had no fucking idea what was going on. It's Monday, 8:40 a.m. Marcus, Octavia, and I are presenting on the subjunctive, or something. Magister Hall starts in on his usual interrogation routine. He has this habit of asking questions that make you doubt yourself, even if you are right. I watch the blood drain from Marcus's face as it becomes clear that we are, in fact, really wrong. Magister Hall is tearing our PowerPoint apart. My breathing shortens. My heart rate builds. I grab onto the nearest chair, or cella. Then suddenly, Magister Hall's voice slurs into a cold, viscous syrup. Black spots swell before my eyes. A sharp ringing fills my head. I find myself stumbling through a network of desks towards Magister Hall's lectern, clawing at one classmate's shoulder after the next, telling myself, "You're acting very normal. You're acting very normal. You are acting very normal." I came to in the nurse's office with my mom beside me. She had a mini ginger ale in one hand and saltines in the other. That day, a rumor began to circulate that I had a panic attack. I never had my own rumor before that I knew of, and honestly, it felt cool. I did try to tell anyone who'd listen that I didn't freak out, I just passed out from exhaustion. And I was fully convinced that's what happened, until I had a much more intense panic attack about 10 years later. And then another, and another. The worst part was not knowing when the next episode might hit. My own body began to feel alien, and I started having panic attacks about having panic attacks. We're raised to think of our conscious mind as the locus of who we are, our body, its vessel. A panic attack flips that script. At first, a panic attack can feel like a coup. But over time, it's become clear to me that my whole body is intelligent. It speaks about things my inner voice may struggle to articulate. Being alive is weird and gross and embarrassing, and we'd probably be a lot happier if we were honest with ourselves about it. But we rarely are. I think a panic attack is our body encouraging us to embrace our shit. Maybe acting clean and neat when we're not is the actual disloyalty. On the first day of the 9th grade, Magister Hall instructed us to create a piece of art inspired by a Latin aphorism. I was assigned te nosce ipsum, meaning know thyself. It was the advice of Thales of Miletus, an early philosopher who looked inward, opposed to mythology to explain how the world works. He hoped to grasp the root of all matter, what ultimately drives us to operate the way we do. Te nosce ipsum was also carved into the Temple of Apollo, a pretty powerful cue for pilgrims seeking divine intervention and sanctuary. I think Thales was onto something. My 9th grade self wasn't so sure. I made the O in nosce shaped like a light bulb and called it a day.